Morning. Hey, good morning, y'all. You guys don't know. I'm just like loving this right now. Hey, good morning. Morning. So, I'm going to talk about the 12 houses. This is my favorite house astrologically. This whole setup is like so freaking ideal for me. Like, I love it. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Some of y'all have not been in places alone. Some of y'all have not been, just doing like the being on the inside. You know what I mean? Like, we often have distractions to distract us from what really matters. Like, we can run away. And this is the time when you can't run away. You cannot. Nowhere to go. Good morning. Can't run away from this. Good morning. Good morning. They got us like on almost full lockdown. I'm in Georgia. I've been telling y'all to come to Georgia. I mean, we ain't on lockdown like that. Like, we just literally come and go as we please. Stores are still open. They give us, I think they're supposed to sign a lockdown order or something like that, but you can go to stores. The lines aren't long. You don't have to wait on no line like 100 people, at least not on this side. If you in the city anywhere, I've been telling people for years, get out of the city. Why do you want to live in the city? You know what I mean? Don't live in the city. Visit the city, work in the city. Don't live in the city. I've been telling people this for years. And they've been like, like I'm crazy. But now you see what happens in a situation like this. The last place you want to be is in the city. You know what I mean? And another thing this is making you understand is how important it is to be around your family and your support system. Even if you don't like the mugs, even if you don't like your family and you got beef with your family, I'm pretty sure right now you will get over that shit. You know what I mean? Seriously. Nobody wants to be alone right now, And you got to be alone, but you don't have to be alone. This is a 12th house thing going on and a 4th house thing going on. You know what I mean? And you want to be around your support system. You want to be around your family. I personally got like buku mugs living in my house right now. You know what I mean? And we got our little stuff. We had our little spats and outs and stuff like that. But at the same time, you got so many people, that you can count on here for different things, So, again, and then some people, you want to be city dwellers. You realize that you go to the city because you feel like there's a lot of people and you're not going to be alone. But look, when some shit like this happens in the city, you're alone. You know what I mean? Literally. Because everybody is for self in the city, because the city is conducive for business, for work, work, business. It's not conducive for living. It's not a ideal living situation to live with a bunch of people that you don't know, that you don't share lineage and common values and goals with. You know what I mean? It's just not an ideal situation. You want to be with people who you share at least common goals with, some common ancestry with, some common something with. I mean, that's just being reality. And I'm not picking on the people that live in the city. I'm just telling you, I still believe you have another opportunity to make another decision. And I do believe that there's going to be a mass exodus from cities. It's already starting to happen. The news is reporting people sneaking out of the cities, going to the suburbs now. And then they're like, oh my God, these people are going to infect the suburbs. That's some crazy shit. It's like World War Z out here. You know what I mean? So I was reading, the thing about rich people leaving the cities and going to like places like Maine and stuff like that they got vacation homes and stuff, getting away from the city, right? So, but people who don't have a lot of money don't think they have options. When I left New York, I left with one bag and maybe like $20. You know what I mean? That's how serious it was for me. Like, and that was years ago. That was like 20 something years ago. I left New York and never went back, never moved back. And that's how I was able to build what I have here in Georgia. I was able to build it because I was consistent. I worked hard. My mission, I knew what my destiny was. I knew my destiny was to build a life and a business and stuff like that. And I worked hard, and it's not overnight. No, you don't come here. You didn't come here and just expect everything to kind of fall in place. Yes, it's work. You know, Georgia's a Queen of Spades state. So that denotes work. But the Queen of Spades is the best spiritual care, the best health care, the best business possible. That's one of the best cards you can have as a Queen of Spades. But it's hard work. And people be afraid of hard work, so they come to Georgia and they don't want to put that work in and they leave. You know what I mean? This ain't a place for people who don't want to put that work in. You definitely got to put the work in. Hey, good morning. Everybody that I know personally, like my close inner circle, they workers, they hustlers, they grinders. They, you know, a lot of them are single mothers. You know, they've been having their grind on for over a decade. You know, shout out to all you guys, all my close friends. Shout out to Ifa Sade. Shout out to Victoria V Styles. Shout out to it's so many of you. I'll have to sit here and you know, pull up in my Rolodex. But it's so many people, and all I know, they're hustlers, and they've been hustling for a very long time, and they prepared for this time. They're prepared because now is the time to really, now you got to take all your hustle skills and put them into leadership skills, because you got to lead other people in the hustle and the grind and show people that women can hustle and grind and lead. You know what I mean? Like, we hustlers, you know? Hey, good morning. I love being here. That's another hustler, Bianca. Business owner, boss, 4 diamonds. That's what I'm saying. In Georgia, like I mean, Bianca knows, man. We do this for life, you know. Shout out to Sonia, Bostress, you know, another hustler, she be all over the place, traveling and stuff. But that's the thing, you can travel, you can go anywhere you want to. Georgia's just a good base, you know. Georgia's a really good base. But I've been telling people for a long time, so now the time is here, you know. And I think because my fortune lives in the 4th house. In the 4th house, the 12th house of astrology, because I got Jupiter in the 12th house. People wasn't trying to hear me. You know what I mean? They didn't know how much of a boss I was back then. You know, people who knew me personally knew I get my grind on and I make money. But everybody out there, they didn't know. They weren't listening to me. You know what I mean? But now that we're all in the 12th house and y'all all are in the domain of, you know, now folks is listening to me. And they're like, okay, you know, but that means that this is my opportunity. So that's why you can't give up, because it's just timing. Sometimes it's not your time. You know what I mean? But then sometimes in the craziest times, your time comes around. Like, it may be the craziest of all times, and boom, it's time for you to prove yourself. It's time for you to show yourself. You know what I mean? This is your opportunity. Hey, good morning. You gave up because, you know, you was doing so much. You was hustling and you didn't seem to be making any traction. But you just didn't wait for the right time. Now the right time is here. And where you at? Party done started. We waiting for you to show up to the party now. You know what I mean? What's your product or service? What do you do? Who are you? What's your message? You can't fold now. This is the time to show it. You can't fold now. If you want to be a priestess or a reader, a tarot reader, or a guidance or astrologer or a speaker or motivational speaker, business. You want to have group. This is your time. You got a captive audience. God damn it. You know what I mean? You should be making it pop. I should be seeing all of y'all doing lives every minute. Yeah, you people look at him and say, well, D Nice now he's doing this and this person doing that, and you hear from because they don't took opportunity. They took advantage of the opportunity that is presenting itself. This is opportunity. Bad times always pose opportunity. You know what I mean? And you gotta know yourself. No sickness. I'm not worried about no coronavirus. I knew that this was my time. I was like, oh, coronavirus, Ace of Diamonds. I'm activating. Okay, here I am. Let me do my thing. Let me do what I do naturally. Do what I do well. So you got to tap into that energy. You guys, we're running into some crucial times. I told y'all this week was going to be crucial. Next week is going to be crucial. Next week is the Two of Clubs week, which is the karma card to the Ace of Spades. So some people going to die. You know what I mean? But all of y'all mugs around here got so much Scorpio in you, that shouldn't be stopping you. Scorpios don't get stopped by death. Like, death is like just part of life. You know what I mean? So that shouldn't even be stopping you. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but these are the sacrifices that people signed up to make. These are the contracts that people sign up. You don't know what personal karma is going on in these people's lives that led them to death. And it's not coronavirus. It's a whole bunch of things that coronavirus is just the pathway out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. And people who don't have a job, they didn't want a job. They didn't want to work there. They didn't want to be nobody's slave. So this is your opportunity. Like, this is your opportunity to not be a slave anymore. Yeah, some people got to work. Some people want to work regular jobs. Let me tell you, there are at least 10 big major places that are hiring right now. So if that's what you want to do, you can go work for Amazon. You can go work for these grocery stores need help. There are so many places that are hiring. So this is your grand opportunity if that's the type of job that you want. But you don't want a job. You don't want a job. You want to find yourself and find out why you're really here, what you're really here to do, and get compensated for it. Because it doesn't matter what you're here to do, there's compensation with everything. It's the law of compensation in the universe. There's money everywhere. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you got some heavy Scorpio placements, death is just a part of life. You know what I mean? You keep on going. The beautiful thing is, if you're not one of those people that have to actually clean up the bodies and, imagine those people who sign up to dispose of bodies, bury bodies, stuff like that. Now, that's hard. I couldn't do that shit. But I didn't sign up for that. You know what I mean? That's not what I signed up for. Hey, good morning. So this is your opportunity. And all of you got everything you need. You got a phone. You got a computer. Most of you got a computer. If you don't, you can get one. Nowadays they're giving out computers freely because the kids got to get online. The kids got to go do digital school. So there's so many places you could walk in and be like, I need a computer for my house. Boom, you get a computer for your house. Did y'all not know that? Like, yeah, if you don't have a computer, if you're somewhere, you need to call. If you got a kid especially, you need to call the Department of Education and tell them I need a computer for my kid, or I need a computer. And that computer is not just for the kids, for you too, because you're going to work. You know what I mean? And start figuring out your plan and what you're going to do. When all of this blows over, you need to be ready. So that means you're behind schedule. I'm behind schedule. The stuff I need to be doing, I'm behind schedule. Procrastination could be very high this month because it's a Queen of Hearts month. You don't want to procrastinate because I'm telling you, by next month, things are going to start cooking again. Things are cooking already for us 12 housers, but things are going to really be cooking. By the time we get to a 9 of Clubs week, which is, we got 8 more weeks. We got about 8 more weeks to a 9 of Clubs week. The 9 of Clubs is a card of graduation. What is graduation symbolic of? Moving into another space, right? So by then, we're going to be done graduated from some of these lessons that have us trapped in the 12th house or trapped in the home and stuff like that. We're going to start getting good news in another 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to be a 4 of clubs week, which is my card. So you're going to get some good news. You're going to be able to see the light again, some hope, between 3 of clubs and the 4 of clubs week. Then you're going to get to the 6 of clubs week, and you're going to really start thinking, and you're going to start speaking, and you're going to feel this energy to live again. You know what I mean? And then the 7 of clubs week is going to come, and things going to really be popping. The message is going to be getting out. People going to be talking about this person, look what this person is doing. Money, people going to be talking about money. What are we going to do? What are we going to invest in? All of that by then. By the 8 of clubs week, we're going to be strong. 8 of clubs is strong. You're going to be strong. You're going to be ready to succeed. 9 of clubs week, graduation. 10 of clubs week, all out, hitting it hard. You know what I mean? And then after that, we get to the Ace of Diamonds. It's about living again. That's the Ace of Diamonds. It's the card of the Corona. So we'll get to the Ace of Diamonds. So we'll be, this month, we are in 2 of clubs, 3 of clubs, going into 4 of clubs. Next month, 5 of clubs. We're going to be thinking about traveling, booking vacations, because as soon as we get up out here, we're going on vacation. 5 of clubs, 6 of clubs, 7 of clubs, 8 of clubs. That's the end of May. Then we get into June. We got 9 of clubs week, 10 of clubs week, Ace of Diamonds. We start feeling that life. We want to be in life. We want to emerge, But this ain't over. This coronavirus is here to stay for a while. It's not over. You know what I mean? But the universe is a beneficent place. So it gives you an opportunity to go back and fix where you fucked up at. You know what I mean? So now you can figure out where I fucked up at. Why was I not prepared? Now I could get prepared. So you take the summer and you get prepared for the coming economic collapse, for the many things that are down the pipeline, more coronavirus, more sickness in the wintertime. You're going to get prepared. You know what I mean? You're going to be ready that next time. Good morning. You can be ready. Venus retrograde. Venus turns retrograde in May, I think, all the way into June. You know what I mean? So that is going to definitely impact us. The nodes, the North Node moves from Cancer into Gemini. You know what I mean? So, and that happens in May, I think on the 5th of May. And you already know how crunk Gemini is. You can't pin Gemini down. But that's breaking mental boundaries. You're going to use your mind to transcend the physical limitations that you have. You know what I mean? So it's going to get crunk. Gemini deals with lots of communication and all of that type of stuff. Entertainment, and on the terms of acting. I want to do this. I want to do that. So busybody. And it's also the inner child. Your inner child is going to want to come out and play. So it's about transcending transcending limitations, using using fun, using, how are we going to enrich our day-to-day lives, and a heavy emphasis on children because it's Mercury. So the kids, they're going to want to do some things. And I've been telling people this. They like, well, what can we do to kids? You better start having fun with your kids right now. You better start having fun, doing some fun things with them. Your kids could probably teach you a little bit about how to navigate this space, because to them, to some kids, like I have a son who's like totally cyber. He's so deep in the cyber world that this is not affecting. He don't even know what's going on in the real world. So a lot of people are going to be profoundly affected by this North Node transit into Gemini. So you're going to see a lot of shifts and a lot of changes coming up between May and going into June. You know what I mean? A lot of changes, a lot of things that are going to kind of push you out of your funk. Some people are even depressed. Like, We ain't got no time for depression. I'm sorry. We got tools for that. Get you some Rescue Remedy, costs $10. Get you some mustard flower essence. Get you some CBD oil. There's so many different things. Stop smoking weed. Yes, weed will further depress you. You know what I mean? So you might have to stop smoking weed. So many different things you don't want to do to further exasperate your mental state and your condition. You want to be as strong mentally as you possibly can when passing through the 12th house, because this is like all, you know what I mean? You could just be in a fog. I'm not in a fog. I'm very alert. I don't smoke weed. Never did. You know what I mean? I don't do drugs. Never did. So if I can do it with 8 kids and no drugs and now extra family in my house, you can do it too. Seriously. And single by myself. If I could do it, you could do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling so so strong right now. Like, it's really, really good. I started working out, of course, on the VR. You know, I do my VR boxing. I do Beat Saber. I do all of that. So I'm thinking outside of the box. I'm having my fun. I'm having my exercise all outside of the box in cyberspace. And you got to move your body. You know what I mean? Good morning. Good morning. So, you know, and you know, my prayers goes out to people who lost people, you know, but it's a reality that we lose people every day. Every single day we lose people. And this type of thing can make us feel like that is so much bigger than it normally is. You know, we lose people every day. Now, this year had a 5 of hearts in Uranus, so I knew a lot of people were going to die from something. You know what I mean? But I still kind of feel like there's some other things that are coming. You know, there's some other 1-2s that are coming. And you got to be prepared. And you want to be in the best possible space. You got to ask yourself, am I in the best possible space to deal with any type of chaos? You know what I mean? Have I built a rock solid foundation for myself so when there's chaos, I still have my solid foundation? Do you have anything worth fighting for? Do you have anything worth having a shotgun and protecting? You know what I mean? Because if you don't have anything worth fighting for, then no, you haven't built anything. You got to have something willing to fight for, even if that's your family and stuff like that, but you have to have something willing to fight for. Like, what are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to die for? Right now, I'm willing to die for what I built. You know what I mean? So, but not everybody's going to be willing to die for any stuff because they haven't built anything that gives them that level of fulfillment. Good morning. You got 7 kids and you smoke? I got 8. And I don't. You know what I mean? So smoking is definitely not the way to deal with kids. Good morning. You know, that's not the way to deal with kids. And that teaches them that that's how they deal with their problems instead of facing their problems and issues when they see you doing it. You know what I mean? You got to face your problems and issues directly and calmly and peacefully and not lose your mind. Because if you lose your mind during this time, people ain't gonna want you around. You know what I mean? Like, if you one of the ones that just like, oh, and just lose it. I'm Harriet Tubman. I'm not trying to bring nobody on the Underground Railroad that's gonna be losing it. You gonna stay behind. Bye. You know what I mean? Because we can't be making a whole lot of noise and we trying to get out of Dodge and you losing your mind. Hey, we move in silence, right? But it's bigger than just physical silence. It's also psychic silence, spiritual silence. You know what I mean? This is the perfect psychic cover because you're in the 12th house. When you're in the 12th house of astrology, everybody else is so busy focusing on other tragedies and no one's focusing on you. So that means it's your opportunity to do some stuff that you couldn't do when everybody was focusing on you and they were stopping you from doing it. And they was putting in negative energy and negative ideas and discouraging you. Now everybody's focused on so many different things. This is your opportunity to do some big shit. You know what I mean? Good morning. Good morning. So, yep, definitely smoking is not the way, you know. Smoking weed is not the way. That's only when you come down off that high, then you got to deal with those nerves and stuff that you got. They're increasingly sensitive now because you're off the high. You know what I mean? And you won't be able to handle all of this stuff coming at you. You know, that's that afterward paranoia and stress is coming at you that drives you to get in another smoke because you're back in reality and you can't deal with this. You didn't stay with us to deal with this. You took a trip out of here. You know what I mean? Now you're back. You still got more. Now you got even more to deal with. Marijuana, you know, can be good for medicinal purposes. For a person like me, probably need to smoke every so often because I don't smoke at all. So, you know, if I get to the point where it's like way out there, then if I smoke, it's going to be more effective for me. You know what I mean? Or if I just take some tea or CBD oil, really, just CBD. I take CBD oil, CBD, some tea, take the edge off of life, keep on moving. Keep on moving. There's a few things that I notice about weed smokers is that they tend to, number one, think nobody knows that they're smoking weed. You know, I don't smell like weed. I don't smell weed or whatever. And you're a non-smoker, you smell the weed. Like, I can smell somebody smoking next door. You know what I mean? But, you know, all of those types of things. But it just puts you in this mind state, you know. And to me, like, I see people who smoke a lot of weed, they got a dark cloud over them. Like, literally a dark psychic cloud over them. And I'm like, do you not see that black cloud over you right now? And when you get high and you're smoking, I see it even more like this dark cloud. You haven't even learned to deal with spirits and energies and possessions properly. So you're just smoking and soaking up everybody's negative energy out there, like for real. Seriously, you don't see it. I see it. I see it. I see it in your pictures. I see it in your videos. You know what I mean? And then you're out here trying to give people spiritual guidance and stuff like that. And your light is like, you know what I mean? Right now, people are looking for the light because they're in the 12th house. So they're looking for the light. They're looking to get out of the 12th house, not further into the 12th house and 12th house things like drugs, you know? Hey. Good morning. You see, I set up my new little setup in my room because I'm like, everybody, when you do this, you want to get up and do it. And I be doing it in my bed. I do lives in my bed. I don't really care because I am a 12th house person. So here, come into my space, my secret space. But, you know, I do feel more alive now. So I'm like, I want to share my life, like my lively essence in another spot. I was smoking heavy, and I could say you're so right. Peace. Peace. So this is the time, you guys. I implore you to be doing something. Find out what it is that you need to do, and get at it real hard because you don't want worse than this. This is nothing compared to how bad it really could get. You know what I mean? This is nothing. It's nothing. You know, it could get really bad. What happens when people start getting out of control in the cities because the prices are too high, food is too expensive, things are inaccessible, they're restless. A Mars transit comes along, everybody's restless and angry all of a sudden, and like, nah, you're not going to keep me locked in the house. No, What happens then? People who have not been building discipline and character, and they're undisciplined. It's going to start looking like Chirac out there. You know what I mean? Seriously. These are the signs that Spirit already gave you, showing you, showed you. The biggest beacon of information and education is Chicago. Chicago is a 7 of spades. You know what I mean? So this is what it looks like when things get bad. You know what I mean? And they're doing it. And they're doing it, but they're way showers. They actually are prophets. They're showing you. They serve a purpose. You were supposed to get activated and start figuring out a plan of how we deal with this in the community. What do we do? You use that as a test place. You put some things in order. Nobody was doing that shit. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to be in no place that's a concrete jungle right now. Seriously. I don't want to be in no concrete jungles. Nope. I want to be with the trees. I feel protected with the grass, with the trees, with the birds. I wake up to the birds singing outside of my house, out on my windowsill. It's like a whole new level. It's a whole different level I'm at right now. And the birds. My son did a song, and he recorded the birds one morning. They were singing so loud outside our windows, and he recorded the birds and he put it in his song. And I was sitting there, I was just so amazed, because I was like, the birds are singing so loud out here. It's so beautiful. You know what I mean? It's a really, really beautiful thing. And wherever you're supposed to be, you're going to be. So if you're supposed to be out of where you are, you start taking steps to be out of where you are, the universe is going to meet you with everything to carry you out. Seriously. Seriously. If you're supposed to be gone, we're nomads by lineage. We're nomads. We're nomadic people. You know what I mean? So that means that there was a time where the whole group just picked up and moved on. All them times we were talking about building communities, like in Black Wall Street, you know what I mean? And just, marketplaces, living together, building up communities. Well, this is your opportunity. This is your opportunity to build those communities you were talking about. Let me tell you something. What I was reading this morning was very interesting. It was talking about a lot of the people who are going to get hit hard, the worst right now is farmers, right? So you got older farmers that are too old to farm, and they got nobody working for them. So they're going to be leaving farms behind. So there's about to be a tremendous amount of farms on the market. You know what I mean? Or there are a tremendous amount of farms where people are going to be open to having people work with them because they can't farm. You know what I mean? They too old. They ain't got nobody that want to do no work. Nobody wants to work on the farm. So you literally can probably pick up the phone, call some of these farms and hey, I'm looking for a farm. What you doing? See some people who are in distress. Looking for a farm. I want a farm. Of course, you want to be farming some hemp and ultimately some marijuana so you can make some money and hemp and this, that, and the third and make an industry out of it, because there's going to be a whole group of people. There's going to be a flip, right? So the people who were on top, they ain't going to be able to deal with the new energy. So they going to be like this, right? So they going to be the consumers. They going to be the ones looking for weed. It ain't going to be us. They're going to be looking for weed. They're going to be looking for alcohol. They're going to be looking for all of that. You know what I mean? So the what do you call it? The liquor stores ain't going to be in our neighborhoods anymore. You know what I mean? It's going to be in the ex-Wall Street bankers' neighborhoods. It's going to be in the CEOs of major things, ex-pharmaceutical company, blah, blah, blah's neighborhoods. That's where the liquor store is going to be. The people who value this money and are married to the dollar bill, which ain't going to be anything, that's where the liquor stores are going to be. They're going to need a lot of liquor when that goes. Peace. This is karma. Karma. We in karmic times. Karma. It always happens. You just have to be patient. You know, it always happens. It could happen 200 years later, but it happens. And if you have not done anything to fix the karma of your forefathers that did some shit, then you'll get caught up in the karma too. You know what I mean? You'll get caught up in the karma. You have to, that's what ancestral worship is about. You know, it's about not worship, ancestral energy. It's about fixing the karma of your ancestors. You know what I mean? So if you totally divorce yourself from your ancestors and say, well, I'm not connected to them, they did that. They had slaves. That had nothing to do with me. You benefited. You need to explore how you benefited. And you need to see what you need to do to give back. You need to see what you need to do to fix that karma. Everybody can fix their karma. Rich people know about fixing karma. You'll see them coming up and doing some incredible things right now. You know what I mean? I'm going to donate $1 million something to this and that. That's them trying to fix their karma. They know this is a very karmic time. You know what I mean? But it still may be misplaced. You know, you sending 1,000 respirators to Italy is not going to fix your karma. You know, it might be misplaced. You got to deal with the stuff that's right here at your doorstep. Probably you could leave your rich neighborhood and go a mile out and see the results of the karma that you created. That's how karma is. The things that you created are not far from you. You know what I mean? It's going to be within an arm's reach. Good morning. So focus, you guys. Today's a 5 of Spades day. It's time to make a change in your life. It might even mean a change in where you live. It might mean moving. It might mean a plan to move. And it's a 5 of Spades. And this is a karma card to a lot of you 4 diamonds out there for today's card. So you're going to be feeling very restless. You're going to be feeling that energy, to kind of cut things. Like, I'm ready to move to the next level. I'm ready to graduate. So, peace. Enjoy the day, you guys.